What's going on, my sweet, beautiful people? How the heck are you? Welcome back. Hey, it's been a couple days between uploads. I apologize for that, but hey, check out the little playoff prediction / simulation video that I had out the other day. It's it's tradition around these parts, and we'll see what people think in regards to how that played out. But for now, we have more of this very weird, bizarro world franchise, if you will. I'll apologize in advance to him. I ended up coughing on the mic a couple times, still dealing with getting over this damn cold. That said, this team continuing to make pretty good strides for a draft and glory pace. Like, obviously, you have our typical, medium elite first round options. We did get the potential 5th round steal of Damian Carson if we get any kind of crazy player development. Magnus Lundberg is going to be down on the second line with him and Pekka Salonen to try and jumpstart their development. But, we do have that the core 4 so far in terms of the guys with anything going on. And, of course, defensively, well, let's not talk about the chemistry, but there's still a couple of pieces there as well. So we are still going to be absolutely dreadful, as I am sure you are aware of. But, of course, the good thing is these seasons are shorter. Just the 47 games, and before you know it, of course, the playoffs will be over and done with as well. The conversation with Mr. Fraze here is going to be for our preseason training. I still really need to get skating up for a lot of these guys, so the puck control is just going to have to take a little bit of a hit, unfortunately. And then eventually in the future, we'll have to just spam a ton of puck control as the focus to try and get it all back. But that is the issue with a lot of these guys on this team. The skating, especially for defensive defensemen that are low rated, it's a pain to, get that skating up to an actually decent level. So we'll have to give it time there and see what happens. So let's take a look at how this season goes. We'll take it from there. Actually, let's get an early look at the draft class. Why not? And yeah, we don't know enough yet. But based on height and weight, we can make an educated guess. 6'3", 204, Isaac Maloney. I mean, decent chance of a DFD. Connor Walchuk probably won't fit for us. Lawton Dress is a bit of a toss-up. Okay, from the looks of it, Maloney might be our best chance. There's a playmaker in Yakupov. There really isn't that significantly bigger player. There's Clayton MacArthur. We're gonna need a couple of things to go our way, or this could end up maybe being the worst draft that we have had yet, unfortunately. So we'll see. Obviously, again, we're gonna have super high draft lottery odds. As you can tell, this team hasn't won a damn thing. Let's see if we have any luck in terms of changing up player roles to try and get those extra attributes. And yeah, Magnus Lundberg says no thank you. Of course he does. Again, all of these should just be back in the day. We're talking 20 years ago. There was an email system. You had an inbox, and any little bit of information that had processed, you could get to the inbox and it would just tell you oh, hey, this worked, this didn't. Instead now we have to take 5 to 10 seconds per person just to get it to load up. It's tedious. Let's go with tedious. I think that describes NHL franchise mode in quite a few ways. They're adding some good elements. This stuff I think is a great addition to the game, but they're not doing it in a very, what is the right way to phrase this? They're not doing it in the most fluid way that they possibly could. Everything that they add in just seems to take more time instead of streamlining. There we go. Instead of streamlining the experience and making it a little bit easier, right? I feel like it just shouldn't be that slow to say, hey, in the off season, I want this player to work on this. And to say, okay, this guy, I want you to try to be a wing, and then it shouldn't take 5 to 10 seconds, because that adds up really, really quickly. Like, very quickly. But, hey, one of those things where I feel like it's just kind of been, a consistent complaint throughout the game this year, and franchise mode, in a lot of ways, as the year's gone on, I can't say it's gotten better. It feels like it's gotten worse. Like, the sim speed seems slower. Like, somehow the game feels less optimized, at least in terms of this mode, maybe in general, but especially in terms of this mode as the year's gone on. It's really weird. It's really bizarre. I don't get how that's even possible, but here we are. So, I don't know. It's one of those things, though. I'm trying to do my best in terms of just like, okay, let's enjoy the mode for what it is, right? Easier said than done, though, unfortunately. But, hey, again, we will continue to do what we have to do. And the funny thing is, this team is actually doing pretty well so far, and I don't really know how. And again, it's very few games per season, but I don't know, 6 wins isn't a ton, certainly, but it's still more than I thought we'd get. So it doesn't look like we're going to win much outside of that. We just got stomped 10-2, but at least we're showing some, signs of life and a little bit of fight now. Let's get an updated look here at the draft board. We still do not know the situation for Maloney. I wouldn't be opposed to getting a franchise-level defenseman. Like, we have 2, maybe, I think it was 3, at least 2 NHL-caliber defensemen. We really do need that defensive stalwart to really kind of shore things up defensively. Like, we're never going to have a Cale Makar, right? Like, we're not going to see a defensive defenseman with, 95 offensive awareness and the crazy high passing and stuff like that, who's going to do amazing things for us from a point production standpoint. So it needs to be, our forwards getting it done, and hopefully we get that good defense. Easier said than done in terms of the sim. It just seems to be random at times. But yeah, and then we get it is the middle of February. I guess it would be the All-Star break. I was going to say, why the hell do we have a week off? But, well, here we are. But 7-23-1, so right around the time I noticed how many games we were winning and was starting to be excited about that, things began to go poorly. Very, very poorly. As we have hit the trade deadline. And again, we should very much be at the bottom of the standings, which is where we want to be right now. In the early days of this challenge, you want as high of a draft pick as you can possibly get. Even if there's nobody available for you, you still want to at least have your choice, right, of being able to get who you can get. Let's get another look at the draft class here. Okay, Maloney confirmed defensive defenseman, so he is easily our target right now, especially over Connor Walchuk. Again, Heinrich isn't going to be the player type that we need, so after that, we're probably looking at Clayton MacArthur, as we thought might be the case. There's no way Menard's an enforcer, but he could also be a defensive defenseman, so this is definitely looking like the year of a defenseman. Got Abraham Ben DeHaan out there. Rangers apparently going to be a bust. And one of these days I will probably do that challenge that people have asked for a very long time, where we only draft gems or busts. We shall see. I think we did that. Didn't we do a gem-only challenge before? We might have. I don't remember. Man, I have done so many franchise modes over the years now. I've lost count. I've still been able to do this for longer than expected. But hey, I appreciate the fact that people still tune in. 10 wins on the year, 36 losses, 1 in overtime. I'm going to guess, we're going to have to advance a day or two until everybody has played their 47. At least one more day. Everybody on 47. Looks like we're good to go. So, let's get a look here at the season that was. So, out of our division, the Kansas City Scouts were the only team to make it. We finished with 29 points in total. The NL East, you have the Toronto Warriors and the Buffalo Sabres both making the playoffs. The Montreal Victory were really bad. Really, really bad. In the Central, the Saskatoon Caribou, only team to make it there. And our last playoff teams in this conference, Honolulu and the Burnaby Cha-Chings. The Sea Cattle were also really bad. Man, this league, it's just the haves and the have-nots. On the other side, the Florida Panthers. Oh my God, look at Columbus. They've fallen apart. The Florida Panthers have made the playoffs. The Hartford Bambies have made it as well. Very close division there. Central Division, the Houston Sharpshooters are in. And in the West, 3 teams. Alaska, Oakland, and the Seattle Magicians. So throughout the league, did any team get shortchanged? Atlanta and Hartford had some bad luck. So did Colorado, based on the playoff teams. We were last, but man, look at that. 1 win was the difference. Of course, it's 3 points. The overtime losses for Seattle generated them those extra points. Actually, in fairness, no, with the overtime losses, it didn't matter as much, right? Because if you lose, you don't get anything at all. They just had that 1 extra win. So, and it must have been an overtime win for 2 points as opposed to the full for the 3. So, do have the top lottery odds, but based off of the league right now, and again, the haves and the have-nots, we are not that far away from being in a weird spot. Now, Ethan Belchet's 52 points does develop third eye. Of course, it's still really weird when I go through in the preseason. It's like, oh yeah, get 20 assists in a season and you get third eye. But of course, it's based off of the amount of games played. But that was a great season for Ethan, our first positive player ever, I think. You had Pete Walters getting silver schnipe this season. And then the rookie Liam Pugh, honestly, 43 points and a -2. He has a chance at winning the Calder, depending on what else happened around the league. Lundberg obviously definitely suffered from being on a line with 2 lesser players, including Carson, who only put up 6 points this season. And defensively, 22 points for Dowell. Witherspoon was up there a bit. And again, right, we're never going to have those big point-producing defensemen. For the goalies, Harnstam did well. I mean, straight 8s. It's not insane, but he did pick up all 10 of our wins. Around the league, Sam Reinhart leads in scoring for Honolulu. You had Cedric Corey up there for Colorado. Alina Muller still crushing it for Honolulu. Draisaitl and Nylander up there for the Hartford Bambies and Burnaby Cha-Chings, respectively. In terms of the goal scorers, 71 for Austin Matthews in Houston, if I'm not mistaken. San Francisco, that's right. The Starfleet there. Cedric Corey was up there with over 60. Nathan McKinnon. And, of course, one Jared Vesey up there yet again, also over 60 goals. For the defenders, top point getter, Cale Makar in Toronto. No real surprise there. You have Rasmus Dahlin for Oakland. Aaron Ambrose is up there also for San Fran. Quinn Hughes and Chris Chelios and another Quinn Hughes. Because, again, it's weird. So weird. Franklin McKenzie, the most wins, with 30. 30 wins, now a 91 overall, which is nuts. You got Cameron Whitehead up there, Joshua Ravensbergen, who was the shutout leader, with 4 McKenzie and a version of Connor Ingram. And anything over a 9-10 was pretty good this year, but it looks like Franklin McKenzie is going to pretty handedly win the Vezina. In terms of the rookie race, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to give it to Liam Pugh. 3 points behind Franz Karjalati, and I mean, maybe with the goals, if we're lucky, it'll go to Liam Pugh. That was his goal for the season, was to win the Calder. It'd be a big boost to him if that happens. So that is our focus right now, is hoping for just a little bit of luck, a little bit of success in that regard. So we will check out the playoffs. Of course, we can just sim it from here. Really, it's quick and easy. So playoff-wise, it looks like it kind of freaks out, right? Because of the way the playoff tree goes. Yeah, there we go. So it's Hartford and Seattle, Florida and Oakland. Of course, Houston and Alaska have the first round bye. And then Saskatoon, Buffalo, Toronto, Burnaby, with Kansas City and Honolulu getting the byes. And we will see how this plays out. It takes like 2 weeks, not even, for this to go through. Man, Florida won game 1 over Oakland 9-1. So that's GG's. Like, you're not scoring, it's just not going to happen. Like, Florida's advancing. No doubt about that. Just a crazy set of results. And indeed, Florida is moving on. So look at the playoff tree. Ultimately, Seattle wins on aggregate 12-7 over Hartford. Florida 12-6 over Oakland. They did put up a bit of a fight. Saskatoon 11-7 over Buffalo. And then, of course, the home and away, 1 game each. Burnaby over Toronto 9-6. And Burnaby will end up playing Kansas City. Again, still, I'm excited for us to get to the playoffs the first time just because the aggregate scoring is so weird. Burnaby up 8-1 on Kansas City as the lower seed. That's nuts. That is a crazy turn of events. And then both teams in the other matchup scoring 6 goals. 6-4 and 6-2 respectively. God damn. So on the other side, dude, Burnaby beats Kansas City 17-4 in scoring over the course of 2 games. That is ridiculous. 9-3 in game 2. That is wild. We're getting some crazy high-end scoring in these. Seattle is up over Houston. Florida knocks out Alaska by a goal. Burnaby demolishes Kansas City. And Honolulu beats Saskatoon by a goal. So Florida, Seattle, Honolulu, Burnaby. Really feels like the Chings are in the driver's seat here. See what happens. Not game 1 yet. Should be today. There we go. So Honolulu up 4-1. Florida up 3-2. So maybe Honolulu's luck has run out, or Burnaby's has run out against Honolulu. And that is indeed the case. The Stanley Cup final. 1 game, winner take all. Honolulu and Florida, as the Cha-Chings could not have the repeat performance like they had against Kansas City. So let's take a look at these 2 teams. I want to see what a Stanley Cup contender looks like in this timeline. So the Florida Panthers with Felix Pauks, Susanna Tapani, and Adrian Kempe. Of course, a version of Josh Doan. Teacher Ginla's in there. Miles Wood. Defensively, Nolan Allen and Seth Jones. I mean, it's not a bad team, but it's nothing crazy. Hampton Slakinski as the goaltender. That's not like this insane team. I mean, they do have one of the best players in the league, though, in the form of Felix Pauks. And then Honolulu, Trevor Connolly, Alina Muller, Sam Reinhart, Demidov. I mean, again, it's good, but it's not super team. So really all it takes, I mean, Thomas Chabot there, all it takes is a couple of defenders. A couple of superstars. A couple of superstars, and you're right there in the mix, which, I mean, maybe isn't that much different. But then again, it feels like in a normal franchise mode, you could have a roster like that and just lose in the first round, no problem. But the Panthers ended up winning the cup as they took the championship game 5-4 to win it all in overtime, no less. And it was Pauks who scored the winner. Wow. So there you go. I mean, again, Super Bowl style, 1 game, winner take all. I'd be down for that, honestly. Don't get me wrong. I love me some playoff hockey, but that would be nuts just to know how those players would go out and play, knowing literally it is just 1 game to a championship. Get it done, sink or swim. So the first 5 champions, San Francisco, Buffalo, Toronto, Hartford, and now Florida. Reinhart wins his 2nd Art Ross trophy in this timeline. Also wins the Hart for the first time. The Norris goes to Cale Makar for the first time since season 1. Reinhart wins the Bing. Yep, the Calder went to Cariellotti. Damn it, we were that close to having a Calder winner within the first 5 seasons, which would have been great. Josh Doan won the Conn Smythe. Vezina does go to McKenzie. 5 different Vezina winners so far. Jennings as well to McKenzie. Masterton went to a dude named Barnaby, so we didn't have the Masterton winner for the first time. Sabres coach Hillman wins the Jack Adams. Matty Beniers back-to-back Selkies. Ted Lindsay Award to Sam Reinhart. Rocket Richard. Third time in 5 years to Austin Matthews. In the AHL, Bartovich led the league in scoring. Kalle Järnkrok was league MVP. Bartovich, the top goal scorer. A person named Doucette was the top rookie. Travis Dermott, top defenseman. Connor Ingram, best goaltender. And a dude named Koss was the MVP of the Calder Cup winning Henderson Silver Knights. So that brings us, well, to the fun part. And in terms of development, there was some fun. I mean, we did get some decent development. Ruchin getting a lot better. Buckley is now equal to Harenstam in terms of rating. Salonen got better. I was hoping to see a certain low elite a little bit higher up. Doesn't look like that panned out for us. Yeah, Carson showing up still as a 52. So, doesn't look like you can really get low elites to develop the same way. But for now, our focus is on the draft. And obviously the lottery results are coming up shortly. As long as we end up with a top 3 pick, we're good. Top 4 hopefully is good enough. But Isaac Maloney is the number 1 target, clearly. And let's get those lottery results here. It'll take a little bit because, of course, we have to sim into June. It's only April. And, okay, there we go. Good news. We only fall down 1 spot. I will take that as the Minnesota North Stars in this timeline. Almost said the Minnesota Wild, but as the Minnesota North Stars end up winning the draft lottery. Ovi retires with over 1,000 goals, of course, as is tradition. And aside from that, just a hell of a lot of veteran free agents on that list. Defensively, 2 different versions of Oliver Ekman-Larsson retire. It's kind of nice to know that we're going to start to see, a lot of duplicate players start to kind of phase out of the league. It's just bizarre. Defensively, at least at the top of the list, there weren't as many. But yeah, forward-wise, honestly, even that's not as bad, just in terms of repeat names. So maybe we're already getting a little bit better, which is nice. So, again, Ovi just became a scout, too. A bunch of guys did. Draft lottery goes our way. Looks like we're going to be able to add, hopefully, the face of the franchise as far as a defender is concerned. And it wasn't even the North Stars. It was the Minnesota Frost who won the lottery. And they take Andronov. First overall, Igor Andronov. Who, he's good. He's good. I mean, he's not quite a sniper. He's just super well-rounded. And I hate that snipers, when they generate in this game, they could be any other freaking player type, especially a 2-way. It's very annoying, but it is how the game works. So, I mean, no doubt about it, Maloney is the pick here. We're not going to risk it on anybody else. Good old Isaac Maloney of the Regina Pats, who I think grew an inch as well as the season went on. A- shooting. It's pretty nice. Zdeno Chara comp. Maloney's the guy. There we go. An 81 overall out of the gates. No abilities to speak of, but that's okay. 80 passing, 80 offensive awareness. The good thing is the skating is good already, so we might be able to mold Maloney into what we're going to need him to be. We'll go back through the first round. I just want to see. I swear when we did the Seattle Sea Cattle Challenge, we had a Konowalchuk on the team. I swear. That seems so weird seeing that color scheme. MacArthur, definitely made the right choice not taking you. Menard was a high 6, no abilities, so we definitely made the right choice there as well. Is there anybody else? There was a medium 6 power forward. Yeah, we made the right choice. So, let's see. Round number 2. Honestly, let's call a timeout here because this is where we're going to do our big research. Let's go goalies. So, a couple of medium elites. Henry Wheeler, and then way later on, Nick Staples. A couple of 3 out of 4s. So, quite a few goalies that we could go for in this draft. Defensively, 2 out of 4 medium elites, a set of 3 out of 4 low elites, and a 2 out of 4 for accuracy. Might be worth taking a risk. A couple 3 out of 4 medium elites, or medium fours, excuse me. I wish medium elites. There's quite a few 2 out of 4s as well. They're a bit risky, but we might just have to risk it. There's a confirmed low 4, no high 6 at all. Right wing side, a 2 out of 4 medium elite, a couple of guaranteed low elites, which is nice. Another 2 out of 4 low elite, a couple 2 out of 4 medium 6s. What about that left wing side? Another confirmed low elite. Based on the struggles of that guy this past season, though, I don't know how excited I am for the low elites. I mean, at least we can't just immediately put them in the NHL and get them to kind of skyrocket in terms of rating. Okay, there weren't any high 9s. I wanted to double check that. Then for the centers, couple of dudes in the mix. Nobody too crazy. Do we have a confirmed high 9? No, we do not. Okay. So, based on when people are projected to be drafted, there's this guy here, Jamal Eddy, of the Owen Sound Attack, but of course he's listed as a sniper, right? I just wanted to put people on the list first and then go down further. The thing is, he is 6'5". There is a chance he's a power forward. There's also a Maurice Saint-Louis. There's no shot of him being available. Alexei Nestorov, probably not. Then Dale Granato, grinder from the Lethbridge Hurricanes, also 3 years out. I mean, he's more of a sure thing than the other guy. 3 out of 4 low elite defensive defenseman Clinton Rankin, unconfirmed, 2 years out. Kari Timonen, too big of a risk. Defensive defenseman Ken Jocelyn, apparently might have really good strength, but that's concerning as well. Ackerstrom, I just wanted to see because he was a grinder. Parsons isn't going to work for us. Holtz, 6'3", but a 3 out of 4 accuracy on a 2-way. It's too big of a risk. Then there's that goalie, Henry Wheeler. I don't think we can afford to take him over some of the other options that are there. And then Josh Iliakis, 4 years out. Skating is really rough. Garlock is huge, but again, probably too big of a risk. What about Vertanen? 5'11". Yeah, he's not going to make it. Klimchuk, 6'4", 200. Probably is going to be a power forward, but it's pretty risky. Hickman's not going to work out for us. Cooperman, Ashton O'Byrne's a bit too big of a risk, and then we get down towards like our next pick. So now we kind of know who's available to us here. We could take the risk on Jamal Eddy, but I'm going to say no. God, I don't want to. He's 3 years. I'm going to say no. We cannot afford to accidentally take somebody that we can't use. So there's Granato, and there's Rankin, probably as the best two at this point. There was Jocelyn, Wheeler, of course, and Iliakis. It's got to be one of these two. Rankin's 3 out of 4 low elites, compared to Granato, who's 2 out of 4. I mean, another defenseman isn't the worst thing in the world, to be honest. He looks better. We're going to risk it for Clinton Rankin of the Sarnia Sting. There was a real chance of him being a low 4. I was hoping he'd be a medium. Not the end of the world, but there is a chance that there's somebody better. Yeah, Eddie was a 2-way, so I definitely don't regret that. LaCroix, Drake is a low 6 power forward. Is there anybody else out there? Granato was a low 6 forward, so I mean, right now at least, there's nobody that was a better option. Jocelyn was the medium 4. He was at a 3 out of 4 medium 4 as well, I'm pretty sure. 19 years old, though, so that's the trade-off. Looks like, I mean, yeah, Wheeler wasn't bad, of course. Looks like Jocelyn would have been the best pick. But, man, this is the quality for the second round. O'Byrne was a 2-way. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say, like, we massively screwed that up. Like, there really just wasn't anybody amazing to get. Third round. Let's take a look here. Kruger, it's too big of a risk, honestly. Yeah, let's start sorting by player type as we go here. So Michel Gauthier, 19 years old, does not look good at all. Marco Puustinen also doesn't look that good. Cam Alberts also doesn't look that good. Joe Bomick, 19 years old. There's no way he actually has those abilities. This might be a very bad draft for us outside of that first pick. Grayson Clausen, too big of a risk. Dupre, confirmed offensive defenseman. Marcus Nilsson, another overager. Yeah, 4 years out, playing for Linköping. Oh, man. Another goalie, Dmitry Loktionov, but he's an overager at 19. It's not great. Hoyles, too big of a risk. Landry. Nothing special about him at all. Isbister's a big risk. Tomasalo in goal. Total shot in the dark. Another goalie, Markku Allen. Oh, man. It just feels like goalies. Pretty much all we're getting right now is goalies. Okay. If we were to look further down the list, honestly, let's go back through because of how many people have already had to take off the list. Defensemen, again, if they're not showing up as a DFD, with the way this draft is working, I'm having to take people off the list now. I just can't risk it. And unfortunately, a lot of those low elites were guys that were listed as snipers. So that's not good. So defensively, 3 out of 4 low elite that we could take later. A 3 out of 4, medium 4. Marco Puustinen might be the best option. 2 out of 4 for a medium 6. 2 out of 4 for a medium 6. 2 out of 4 for a medium 6. It's got to be the Finnish defenseman. Playing for Lukko. It's got to be him. And he's unfortunately only a medium 6. Well, at least we got Maloney. Because the rest of this draft, not great. Loktionov there as a goalie. And then 3 skaters left. Oh, man. Well, there's 2 forwards, both grinders, that are a risk. And then the goalies, but again, there's a confirmed medium elite later on. At 17, Nick Staples. So, might as well press our luck for Landry or McDonald. Neither looks that good, really. Ay, ay, ay. What was that goalie projected? 237. All right, let's... Oh, man. Okay, well, I got to make sure I get those guys at the very least. The math's not really on my side, so let's go for Clint Festerini. Yeah, I mean, nothing special, but we just got to hope. Confirmed low elite, 57 overall at what, 19? Yeah, I mean, definitely a long shot to make it. Pick number 193. Probably could have gone for a different, like, medium 6 skater, but honestly, at this point, yeah, I mean, McDonald's still there. But you got to figure 40 picks down the road. Staples might not be there, so we're taking Nicholas Staples. A 47 overall. He was Hungarian, wasn't he? Man, we're heading into the 6th round, and anybody I had is off the board already. That's bad. That is real bad. Okay, well, best we can do at this point is just kind of meme it. I mean, we could just do this and then scroll down until someone's there and hope that they're decent, but when in doubt, meme it out. A bunch of 19-year-olds that, I mean, you know, probably aren't going to be that good. But someone that's 18, they're probably more recently generated. So 6'5". There's a lot of people at 6'5". Holy. What if we sort by weight? Look for someone that's 18 years old, 6'5", or even 6'4". This guy, Michael Johnston of the Edmonton Oil Kings. Let's look at you. Low 7th. That sounds about right. Honestly, I'm just trying to find some enforcers here at the end. I mean, I could look for actual enforcers, but, you know, no biggie. And our final dude here, based on weight, it is going to be, well, 6'5" as well. Dmitry Teratukin of Estonia, who is a low bottom 6 power forward. That has to be our worst draft yet, right? I mean, we did get a low elite and a medium elite towards the middle and end, but yeah, that was disappointing. We did not add a lot there, to say the least. So we're still going to need some good improvement in the offseason. The re-sign phase is obviously going to be pretty straightforward. There's going to be no real drama because the salary cap is off. Got some RFAs to deal with. I can't imagine we're going to lose anybody. So we'll be set up, ready to run again for another season next time.